I'm here for the devil. I'm here for the devil.
We are live here in the CFRC studios, CFRC 101.9 FM, CFRC.ca. As you said, we have got the Beta 58's in the studio with us today. Hey guys!
Hi! Thanks for having us.
Hello.
Okay, now we might have people listening to the show who don't know who you guys are. Like, Beta 58's, what band is that? Is that the B-52s? Introduce yourselves.
Well, hello, the former Yugoslavia, if you don't know who we are. I'm Josh, I play guitar, sing a bit.
I'm Rocko. I play bass and sing occasionally.
I'm Landon. I play the drums.
I'm Sean, and I also play guitar.
And you guys have been around for a little while, so you know the Kingston scene. You've been on here, you've done all the sort of tours and circuits and everything. Tell me a bit about how it all started back in 2012.
Yeah,
That's your story.
yeah. I guess the three of us, Rocko, Sean, and I run a band called The Fix Up with a different drummer. It kind of dissolved, and we didn't really want to stop. So a good friend of ours, we had a memorial show for him, so we had to throw together one last kind of show. So we got together a different drummer, Chris McDonald, Fuzzy, and I think we just kind of started from there, really.
Okay. And, like, tell me, how did it kind of develop from there? Because, like, everyone is in everybody's bands, like you said, different drummer and everything. How did the Beta 58's come about?
Well, we Josh and I have played in bands together since high school. Then we met Sean, and yeah, we just wanted to play some live punk rock and have some fun, and we managed to get some. We would drive all the way to like as far as Barrie and Guelph, and then we've even gone out east on a little tour, and yeah.
And you guys are here now, album number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We were. Was it 2014 that we recorded the first one?
2015.
2015, and we finally got around to recording a second album once we got Landon back in the band here.
Someone's got motivation.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap between those two albums. What's happened in between, like, those 5, 6, 7 years?
A lot has happened. A whole plague happened as well. So we did take a few years off because of COVID and stuff. But no, we've done a lot. Like we've played in Quebec a bunch of times. We finally broke into Ottawa a couple years ago, and
This is the comeback album.
yeah, we're getting back to it. Anybody else have anything to say?
Well, I guess the way I joined in the band, I mean, you had multiple drummers before I jumped in. You guys were like Spinal Tap of punk rock. But anyway, I guess I joined in 2014, I think. And Josh had approached me, and he had a demo, and it had 3 songs on it.
Yeah.
And it was an early version of Hogtown, I think, Me Versus Me.
Yeah, and a song called Mulligan.
Mulligan, yeah. And they had the drummer from the Creep Show out of Toronto.
Yeah, he also recorded it. I think we just kind of were. I was so sick of not doing anything.
I think it was just you and him that pretty much recorded that, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
No, when we played bass on, yeah, played bass, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was actually yeah, that was pre-Fix Up, I guess.
So he handed me a little demo of 3 songs, and I listened to it. I actually loved it. I loved the sound. It was a nice blend between punk and rock and roll, and I thought it was great. It had a really good overall sound that I liked, and it just I could tell it had something that just needed to be maybe fully realized, because it was pretty early on in the band. So I jumped in 2014, and we just kind of worked out the kinks, I guess, worked out some of the details, right? Some of the songs maybe didn't have, the ending just perfectly tight, or intro or break or whatever. It all kind of came together, I guess, when I jumped in, and because we also, for the first time, had the goal of getting an album out, so we had to tighten up the sound a little bit. So the first album was recorded 2015, Papa D's studio in Trenton, and he's a guy that's been around the block, did a bunch of records, kind of I don't know, early 2000s, I guess. So we recorded with him, put out the first album, and then after that, I was living on Wolf Island, and I was doing a bunch of stuff, and I had to jump out of the band for a while. So they had another drummer for a while, Dez.
Yeah, Dez from Pound Salt. He was Dez from Pound Salt. He was our drummer after Landon left the first time, but then Dez had to go be a rock star with Pound Salt, so we called up Landon, and he was generous enough to come back in, and I think he's a good addition to the band. He just kind of fills out the sound.
And for sure, I can definitely hear, like you said, there's a punk influence, but there's also a definite kind of rock and roll groove to things going on as well.
Yeah. To us, when we play, it sounds like the Georgia Satellites or like Steve Earle or like it sounds like old rock and roll to us.
Probably not to anybody else.
Yeah.
Not to anyone else, but in our heads, that's what it sounds like. But it comes out sounding like the loud punk rock that we do play.
That's
In our
the
minds,
energy
it's
of a
just rock
punk
and
show.
roll, but yeah.
And because you guys have been around for a little while, last year was 10 years for you guys.
Yeah.
Did you guys do anything for like the 10-year anniversary of the Beta 58's?
We didn't really. I don't think it really clicked in, because now we were in a bit of a lull, right? And it's like, so now we got a bit more motivations. Now we'll call this the 10th year.
This
last
is
year
the
didn't
10th year.
count. Yeah, last year didn't count.
Yeah, I
It was
think it's
COVID.
got a significant push right now.
Yeah.
You know, because we're like, to me, I feel like the first album developed the sound kind of completely, sort of thing, and then I think this new record is like kind of a continuation, even though there was that break for a few years. I feel like we've all come back now, and it just feels like home. You know, it feels like what this band's supposed to sound like. And
Which is also the first song that you are playing for us.
Good segue.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
It does, though, as Landon said, like it feels like a unit, and it
Mhm.
always kind of did. Even our first couple of practices back, we all kind of looked at each other and went, "Oh yeah, like this is a unit. That's what it's supposed to sound like."
How long were you out of the band?
I think it was 5 years.
Yeah, and then the first time you sat behind the kit again with us, it was like
Just played
no
all
time
the
had passed. It just clicked in
Which
right
was
away.
funny, because we were supposed to have a band meeting about even me thinking about joining the band. They just said, well, just
You
meet,
didn't have a
meet-
choice.
meet us at the practice studio. And I showed up, and we just started playing immediately. We didn't even talk about it. We just blew through the whole first record and everything we'd ever done in the past, and it just clicked back together.
So tell me a bit about the new album and about the song Home.
I can pass that to Sean. He's gonna hate it, but
Oh, man.
Sean wrote the song.
Yeah.
It's about his home.
Yeah, I live down on Princess Street downtown, and obviously you see all sorts of crazy things and crazy characters, and that's pretty much what that song's about. I don't know, weird things I see staring at my living room window onto Princess Street on a daily basis.
Oh yeah, I can definitely attest to that. I used to live north of Princess.
So here is us, the Beta 58's, playing Home on what is it? Is it CFRC Live?
Live sessions.
CFRC Live Sessions featuring the Beta 58's playing Home.
Living in this place, bare insanity once was nice. Ain't what it used to be every day. See them on the street, intentions are not clear. But I know I gotta get away from it, nothing safe. Just when I get away, keeps getting worse. Know that I cannot stay scary at night. Ain't much better in the day, where do they come from? Searching for the gutter, well this is all. This is all. This is all. This is all. Mental distract you, it's like clear to me. Looking through these eyes, don't like what I say. Madman out there screaming obscenity. What is wrong with him? Got some blue screws should be locked in the loony bin, fucking crack. In the side of the door, losing my shit. Take this life on of a sword, but straight to the end. I hate this place, but I guess this is all. This is all. This is all. This is all.
All right, and we're back. CFRC Sessions Live. Wasn't that great, Sean?
That was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I mean, we loved the energy, but tell
We
me a bit
love
about. Oh, thank you guys. Tell me a bit about the album. It's called "Agree to Disagree."
Yeah, we went through a whole list of other songs or other titles, but it was actually a very fitting title because we couldn't agree on an album title.
We argued for about 3 days about it.
Yeah, and we finally settled on let's just call it "Agree to Disagree," and it was very fitting.
But when I jumped back into the band, I kind of put forth. I said, okay, if we're back and we're doing it, let's do it. I want to see a record recorded by the end of the summer. That was our goal. So, and these guys already had a nice batch of songs that they'd had over the last couple of years, and then we just had to write a handful more, and we came up with. Actually, I think we had about 14 songs. And then when we were talking to the producer, he pitched the idea. He said, 10 songs is an album. Why not pick the best tracks that you guys got right now and fully go for them, fully hone them, fully realize them, and get the best take that we can from the 10 songs. So that was kind of how we got into it. So the producer's name's Terry Ben. He was out in Newburgh, Ontario. He's got a nice little studio there. He recorded some of the early Glorious Sun stuff. He's recorded a lot of great bands over the years. He's more recently got into soundtracks type thing for film mostly.
Paranormal ghost show. He does the soundtrack.
Yeah, I think
The
there's
score.
a bunch of Netflix shows and things like that him and his girlfriend do. So he's kind of gotten away from a little bit with the bands, but I called him up and kind of pitched the idea to him, and he loved it, and he thought it was great, and he said, I got a bit of time to do this, and him and I actually played in one of our first punk bands together called The Dying Race. That was like 2002 to 2004. He was a singer and I was a drummer in that band. So we have a long history, and we both deeply understand punk rock music. So he was just a perfect fit for us. And we talked to a few different producers, but we just kept coming back to him because he knows us, he knows our sound. We worked with him before. We worked really well with him, and it just made all the sense in the world to work with him, and he knocked it out of the park as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he's got a good read on how it should sound too. It's a good ear for it.
He made us sound amazing.
But
Go listen to the new album. It's on Spotify and iTunes.
You can buy it on Bandcamp too, but yeah, any of the major platforms have it on there, so go check it out. But I think it's a nice evolution of the first album, for sure, and it still sounds punk because we did it live off the floor, much like the session we're doing here today. Everybody kind of in the same room, because for punk rock, that's the energy you want. It's all about the energy and the way that everybody feeds off each other. So we wanted to recreate that in the studio, because the other option is multi-tracking, which is layer by layer by layer, but that's not really our style. We want to come in and just blaze, right?
Mm-hmm. And so, like his new experimental influences didn't threaten the album's punk sound.
No, because the roots of it all, especially from him and I, coming from the punk rock scene from way back, like he understands exactly what we're doing, what we want to achieve. It's to recreate the live sound and the live energy. That's what it's all about. And you can make that sound awesome, and I think it sounds really great, nice and full. You can hear everything really clean. It's a really modern production, but it still maintains that old school live off the floor punk sound.
Yeah, everything punches where it should, but it still sounds as if it's a live show. It's a well recorded live show.
So we'll go into 2 more songs. What are you going to be playing next?
We're going to be playing the title track of the new album, Agree to Disagree. we're also going to be playing a song called, is it Giving Up, Giving In? Is that what we're doing next?
Yeah.
So yeah, here's Agree to Disagree and Giving Up and Giving In by the Beta 58's.
Well, there's a thought. What side are you choosing? Oh, here we go. The mental standoff is ensuing. Oh, hey, oh. Tension is brewing. Oh, hey, oh. Well, what I said, lost in translation. Well, don't blame me. I didn't start this conversation. Oh, hey, oh. My degradation. Oh, hey, oh. You're looking at me like I'm some kind of freak. Whoa. Whatever happened to individuality? Whoa. You're living in your own realm of reality. So let's just agree to disagree. Don't get upset. Not done to lose one temper. We are both adults here. At least the last I remember. Oh, hey, oh. Do you remember? Speaking was mine, no fear of retribution. A foreign concept now, you're suffering from delusion. Oh, hey, oh. So disillusioned. Oh, hey, oh. You're looking at me like I'm some kind of freak. Whoa. Whatever happened to individuality? Whoa. You're living in your own realm of reality. So let's just agree to disagree. Guitar. You're looking at me like I'm some kind of freak. Whoa. Whatever happened to individuality? Whoa. You're living in your own realm of reality. So let's just agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Woman, now you'll never get back. Baby's at the door. Well, that's yours for heart attack. Lifeless on the floor. Now I'm gonna do it in there. No use pretending. Watch my body fade to nothing. I try to bleed to something. Enough, it's right for you. Oh no, this can't be real. Yeah, destiny will come closely. Walls go crashing down. Still not ready for what comes next. Death is knocking down. I'm gonna do it in there. No use pretending. Watch my body fade to nothing. Well, I try to blink to something. You know, it's hard for you. Oh Lord, this game ain't real.
All right, and we're back. CFRC live sessions were the Beta 58's. You just heard two beautiful songs, Agree to Disagree and Giving Up, Giving In, off the new album, Agree to Disagree. Rue,
Yes.
take it away.
I mean, we were just talking about how you have a voice for radio, and you've been around CFRC before. Like, you have CFRC history, don't you?
Yeah. I've been a volunteer here for a while. Haven't done anything really in about 5 years, but I did the Cave at KCVI. I was doing radio there, and then came over here, and then I went to college for radio broadcasting, and that gets you a job at a gas station, and now I print T-shirts.
You could give the shop a shout out though while we're here, you know.
Ironclad Printing Company on Duff Street in Kingston.
And earlier you talked about how you go back with your producer to like 2002. So you guys have been around the scene for a long time. You know the Kingston scene. There's something always happening over here. How have you seen punk in Kingston evolve over the years?
It's a bit of a shift. I think we're kind of relic-ish. I think the actual punk rock part's a little, which is good and bad. You know, we're carrying that on. The newer bands are, for one, tighter and obviously younger, but it's more polished. But it's great too. It's just an evolution of something. Like we're not stuck in a time, but we're, you know, a reflection of a time. And now it's actually gotten younger, faster, probably. But yeah, it's more polished and it's still going on, which is great. There's a lot of great new bands in town. Like
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we've really seen an explosion of bands like post-pandemic. Everyone's now in a band.
Yeah.
And they're all super supportive of each other. How have you found like the scene for you guys?
Oh, pretty great. Like, well, when we first started going to shows in town, KPP, Kingston Punk Productions, was putting on a lot of all ages shows. So we were all kids when we started going to shows, and we weren't even of legal drinking age or anything. And those shows were great. There's not so many all ages shows anymore, but the KPP now owns the Broom Factory.
Yes.
They've been doing some all ages shows there, and it's kind of great getting back to those roots because all ages punk shows weren't really a thing for a long time in this city, but it's great to be seeing them again. Does anybody have anything to add?
Oh, there's a lot of great younger bands, like even like Sons of Rick, something like that. I don't mean to say younger than to me anyway. It's younger bands that are starting again, and it's awesome because we can't do this forever. We look like we can because we're flawless, but we can't do this forever. So yeah, a lot of great bands like that coming and starting now.
They were the first band we had in session over here, so they really put up with us like learning stuff on the fly.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Broom Factory, you guys just played there recently supporting 10 foot pole.
Yep.
How was that show? Because like Broom Factory, I feel like it's had such a wide range of shows. It's done like metal shows, punk shows, indie pop shows, everything. How did you find a punk show in that sort of space? Because it's a little different from places like the Mansion and everything. It's a bit newer, it feels a bit more polished, but I feel like the energy is still there. How did you find it?
Oh yeah, it definitely it was a very fancy, nice venue, but the energy of a punk rock show was still there.
Nice to have toilet paper for a change.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was a great venue.
Yeah. It's great what they've done too. It's a great wide open room, and it's because venues can kind of not lacking in town, but it's hard to find. You know, we've got the Mansion, the Toucan, now we have Broom Factory, and now we have Inner Harbor as well. So we're playing Friday. So.
Yes, and you guys, like, let's talk about that show a little bit, because some of this show is going to go out on Indie Wake Up Call. You guys are going to be doing an album release sort of show. Tell me about that.
Yeah, this Friday we're going to be playing with the Ripcords and the Massacre, another old-time local area punk band. It's going to be at Inner Harbor Tattoo Shop on Ontario Street.
Which is a very punk thing to do.
It's a very punk thing, and it's a very it's a cool venue. Might not be entirely legal, but it's a fun time. And George, the owner, he's very gracious to host us from time to time.
Yeah, it's a great spot. We haven't played there probably since pre-pandemic, so it'll be nice to get back, like a homecoming, let's say.
Yes.
I don't know if Sean can write a set list out or two, and we'll go from there.
So that's this Friday. Do you guys have shows coming up after this as well?
We actually play there again later October. I think October 27th. There's a bit of a Halloween party at Inner Harbor, and then we're kind of branching out, getting out of town a bit, and a couple weekenders. So we're playing with. That
one hasn't been announced yet.
I think it might by the time this airs.
Yeah, December 10th. It hasn't been announced yet, but Dayglow Abortions, who are a very well-known Canadian punk rock band, been around for eons. Anyway, they're passing through Kingston. We're going to open up for them, so that's going to be awesome. December 10th, I believe that's at the Mansion.
Yeah, and then next spring, get back out, kind of on the road, we do best type thing. So, a couple weekenders, are good friends of ours,
And where can people find you guys online and things like that? Like you mentioned, there's the Bandcamp. You guys are on the socials.
I'd say our probably most active one is our Instagram, just at the Beta 58's. Second to that, we are on Facebook, and if you want to listen to our stuff, it's on all the major things. We probably focus the most on Spotify, so we encourage people to go check it out on Spotify. And we also encourage people, if they have like a playlist or something, grab one of our songs, put it on your playlist. It helps us out a lot, that sort of thing. And if you actually want to support the band, the best way to do that is go to the Bandcamp. So just search the Beta 58's Bandcamp. You can go on there. You can stream anything you want. Our entire discography is there now. So that's 2 full albums, and then we have a couple singles as well that we've dropped over the years. And but that's the place you can actually go and purchase the album if you want to buy a digital.
Which is a very DIY thing to do.
And if you need any visuals, we got a good archive of things on YouTube as well from all the out-of-town shows, or not all the out-of-town shows, but a lot of out-of-town shows that we played over the years.
The only thing is, if you type in Beta 58 on YouTube, it's also a microphone, and you'll find about 10 bazillion other videos about talking about microphones,
which are riveting.
And maybe a few. So make sure you type in the Beta 58's punk or Kingston or some associated
guitar player.
Drunk guitar player. Yeah. Exactly. So.
Yeah, and never coming back.
Your music videos and the videos that you put up there look super fun, super energetic.
Yeah, that's our buddy. Actually, Paul Ferguson's done most of our videos. He's a great band in town called Screamin' Sins. Like, they've been in here as well doing a live session. So
okay.
Yeah, Paul usually handles all our videos, which is good.
Which is good reason for people to go check them out.
Yeah.
And what are the last couple of songs that you're going to be playing for us?
What I Am a Sicko. We did play Devil I Know. Devil I Know and I Am a Sicko. So deal with
Do it like a radio guy.
So we're going to close out the set here tonight by playing 2 new songs off the brand new album, Agree to Disagree by the Beta 58's. The songs are called Devil I Know and I Am a Sicko, so deal with it. On CFRC Live Sessions.
Trouble road, and what do you think I see? But a man just telling back and he's staring back at me. So where do you come from, boy? Go back to where you've been. What story I can't come back and start calling me innocent sin. I'm here for the devil. I'm here for the devil. He steps out on the funky side. Start looking mean. I've heard a match boy, but what's shook up with me? We've been on my back for as long as I have known. Got caught, sit back and I'll drop you to below. I'm here for the devil. I'm here for the devil. Crime on him, promises he made. But on that Rocko road, I put him in my own way. Now where gets cold and black and in darkness I shall stay. I'm here for the devil. 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 Give all I know. Give all I know. Give all I know. sicko like the paper said. When the cop kicked at my door, found me posing on the floor in a dress made out of human flesh. Well, I am a sicko, so deal with it. They wanna label him a monster, disguised as a human being. Would you learn to be so judgy if you're asking me? Sicko as a sicko does, that's what I say. I know I am a sicko like you used to say, where it was a mystery since you did visit me, and I don't care what anybody said. I am a sicko, so deal with it. They wanna label him a monster, disguised as a human being. Would you learn to be so judgy if you're asking me? Sicko as a sicko does, that's what I say. They say there's something wrong with my brain. They wanna label me, call me insane. They wanna lock me up, throw away the key. But I'll be back one day, just you wait and see. I know I am a sicko like the doctor said, sitting on my windowsill, feeling so beautiful in my mind. We dance in the moonlight. I am a sicko, so deal with it. They wanna label him a monster, disguised as a human being. Would you learn to be so judgy if you're asking me? Sicko as a sicko does, that's what I say. Well, I know I am a sicko like my friends all said. They had to get in the way, so they just couldn't say. Now you will not see them anymore. I am a sicko, so deal with it. Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Hey, hey!